I don't even know where to begin, to be honest, with this. So I've just got home from the cinema. This is a straight instant reaction. Literally just got in, came upstairs, turned the camera on. Obviously, well, you've clicked on the video, you know what this is. Just been to see Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Bro, crazy film. Crazy film. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I wrote a few notes while I was in the cinema. I'm going to try and give an honest review first. Impact. You can see I'm speechless still. I'm stumbling over my words. I've got a little checklist. This is going to be very unprofessional, very unstructured. But it's my first time doing a film review. More to come in the future. I was going to do one for the Batman, but never got around to it. But yeah, man. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do reactions over here, mainly to music. I do anime reactions as well sometimes, and I'm going to start doing more TV shows. But back to the topic, bro. Back to the topic. I'm getting sidetracked already. Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. Crazy film. Sorry for any background noise again. There's work going on outside. You see, bro, this is trash already. This is a trash review already. But I promise I'll get to the good, juicy stuff in a moment. So, without further ado, anyway, straight into the reaction, review, I guess, whatever you want to call it. There will be spoilers ahead. I'll try and keep them minimum, or to a minimum. But there will definitely be spoilers, but I will give a massive disclaimer before any spoilers. So if you just want to see a review of the film, I'm going to start off with that, then go into the story and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, jumping straight into it. So we had Sam Raimi directing this film. He, of course, did the original Spider-Man trilogy. And I really enjoyed the original Spider-Man trilogy from a cinematography point of view. Some of the cleanest shots in Marvel, I think, come from those original Spider-Man films. I always remember one in the second film with Doc Ock, when Doc Ock is on top of the building waiting for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's swinging through the city, and then one of the shots, he swings through the city. I'll try and get it as a clip on the screen. He swings through the city and then comes out of Doc Ock's reflection in his glasses. And I don't know why, bro, but that film is what, like 20 years old now or something? I don't know how old it is. 15 years old. It's nearly older than me. But I always remember that shot and think, that is so clean. Like, that looks so clean, especially for the time. The outside noise is getting louder, so apologies for that. But it's, bro, that's crazy loud out there. So if it comes up on this camera or on the mic, I'm sorry. Yeah, but bro, anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. See what I mean, bro? This film's got me speechless. Literally just got in from watching it, and I don't even know what to say, bro. It was everything I expected. I will say that. Like, there was a lot of hype around this film. A lot of hype around this film, especially with all the trailers that they leaked and stuff. Well, not leaked, but the trailers that they put out and the hints to, like, hidden characters. Spoilers, we obviously saw it's in the trailer, bro, some of the characters that we saw. We saw Peggy Carter, aka Captain Carter, Captain Carter. Captain Carter's shield was displayed in the last trailer. And also we saw and heard Professor X. And of course, Professor X, spoilers, was in the film. Yeah, Professor X was in the film along with Captain Carter, and they formed the Marvel Illuminati. I'll get to that later, bro. That's like way down on the list of things I wanted to talk about. So first of all, yeah, we get into the film, and we jump straight in to a different universe. Doctor Strange has a ponytail. I guess Doctor Strange actually made a joke about that himself in the film, which is quite funny. But we get introduced to America Chavez. Now, America Chavez was played by a young actress who I'm going to call Miss Gomez, because I do not want to butcher her first name and be disrespectful, but I have zero clue how to pronounce that first name. But she's only 16, and I think at the time of recording this, she was like 14 and 15 or something. Benedict Wong said in an interview, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, for a child actress, I say child, 16's not even that much younger than me, but still, like a young, compared to the rest of the crew and cast of Marvel, and with Marvel being such a big thing, obviously that's a daunting task to come into such a well, like, reputed, bro, is that a word? Such a high reputation with a company like Marvel and a franchise like Marvel, and to live up to like fan expectations as well, because those comic stands, there's a few of you watching now, crazy people, but yeah, so to live up to those expectations as a child or as a younger person, obviously there's a lot of pressure to play that role. But I think America Chavez in this film was great, bro. I think she was great, and hopefully going forward, we'll get to that towards the end. There's some more to come in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for America Chavez. But that was the first thing I wanted to say. Now, Sam Raimi, going back to him as the director, bro, I think he wants to do a horror film, and I'm not familiar with his filmography. Apart from the Spider-Man film, so I don't know if he does horror films or he's done, horror, like stuff before, bro. But in this film, it felt like a horror film. If like not as scary as one, but there was definitely a few tense moments, and there was a lot of tropes that they used from horror films, like classic cheesy, corny type tropes. You know what I mean? That a horror fan would probably watch a film these days and think, okay, we get it, it's washed up. You know, spoilers, scenes from the film we're going to discuss now. A lot of jump scares with Wanda. When Wanda was chasing Doctor Strange and America Chavez, there was a lot of jump scares, especially when they were in like a sewer place underground with Christine in the Illuminati universe, and like they shut a door on Scarlet Witch, but then she teleported to the side. Basically, it was a big jump scare, and I was just like, that's classic like horror trope. It goes quiet, you hear some water, bam, in your face, big loud noise. Yeah. Some of the ones when Doctor Strange went to the universe that was like falling apart, and found the other Doctor Strange with the Darkhold, like he had the third eye on his head, but then he threw him out the window, and he landed on some spikes, and then Christine went to check on him, and he was dead. But then his third eye opened, and it was like the classic horror film trope of, oh, I'm dead, but my eyes just opened. You know what I mean? And the last one that I picked up on as well was Doctor Strange had to dreamwalk into the body, a dead body. I don't know how you can dreamwalk into a dead body because it's dead, it's not functioning. But let's not try and question superhero logic, because that's illogical. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then he teleported into his body, but he was underground, and then the arm came out, shooting out like a classic zombie trope, arm coming out the ground, you know what I mean? So I was a bit like, okay, I guess, you know what I mean? Like Sam Raimi going for that horror style, and especially one scene as well, Wanda came climbing out of like a, what are they called, bro? A gong? A gong? I don't know, bro. Big symbol thing in Camotage, and she came crawling out of that like the exorcism, bro. And like her arms, she was doing like body popping and that, bro. You know what I mean? She was doing the Harlem Shake coming out of there. But that was again like that horror theme. But with it being a Marvel show and or production, you know, it can't be too horror and too scary because it's for kids at the end of the day. I'm sure it got a 15 rating, I want to say. Could have easily been R, rated R for mature, whatever the hell R is. I know Logan got an R rating, I'm pretty sure, if you've ever seen Logan in the X-Men universe. Crazy film, fire film, and I loved that because it was more adult. You know, Logan didn't feel like a kid's superhero film, and that's the way Marvel, I think, are trying to steer the ship. With the likes of Moon Knight, you know, Punisher becoming, and maybe Midnight Suns with Blade and stuff coming together. Maybe Marvel, I think, are going towards that direction of trying to be more adult, but at the same time not going too crazy with it and keeping on the PG side. At the end of the day, bro, it's all about money, you know what I mean? Even though I think the film could have been better if it was R-rating, or any film, Moon Knight could have been better if it was R-rating. It's all about money at the end of the day, so they need that younger audience for that major influx of cash. But I'm getting sidetracked yet again. Like I said, this is a terrible review, but still leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel, because I will touch on every point that you probably want to hear me talk about in this film. I've got a big list of stuff, don't you worry. So one thing I will say, even though I didn't really like the horror theme that kept going on through the film, the cinematography was great. And I have to say, it's probably some of my favourite cinematography to date in the Marvel universe, bro. I think Infinity War and Endgame and Thor Ragnarok are probably my top 3 for actual cinematography and how the things look. But this film was quality, bro, and it kept doing this same transition. I was going to try and do it, but it was probably a lot of work to edit for me, so I probably won't do it. But like, it would show the next scene on screen, or like it was Doctor Strange and Wanda in a field, and then Wong's face had come up in the sky, like as if he was like the sun. But then that was the transition to the next scene, and he did it a few times. And with all the Wanda scenes, when she was in the Scarlet Witch mode, with all the fucking, sorry, I keep swearing. Sorry, I'm going to try and make this a PG, family-friendly review, so you can watch it with your kids, so I can make more money. But anyway, yeah. I forgot what I was saying now, bro, but the transitions were cold, the cinematography was clean, even the fight scenes were, like, nice, bro, and I was like, yeah, this is some serious fighting, like, Wanda, when Wanda fought the Illuminati, bro, big open space, so you could see everything that was going on in the fight, crazy scene, we'll talk about that more later, yes we will, bro, what am I bro, I sound ridiculous right now, but one thing I mentioned before was the Dreamwalking stuff. Now, Dreamwalking was a massive part of this film, and because Dreamwalking was like the way they communicate to the multiverse and the other variants of themselves was by going through their dreams. And they said that when you have a dream, it's like you're looking through the perspective of another you in the multiverse. So if you've ever had a dream where you're getting chased by a bear, that's because you in the multiverse, in another universe, was getting chased by a bear. That's basically how they explained it. So Wanda was looking for her kids, which existed in all other universes apart from hers, because she made them up in her universe, which didn't really make sense. They didn't show any reference to Vision or anything like that. But let's not try and question that again. I don't want to get into that, especially not in this video. And it just makes me think, bro, about the motives of Wanda as obviously, well, I keep calling her Wanda, but it's Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch was the villain in this film. And I keep thinking about her motive for being a villain. Obviously, she wanted to get to her kids, but by doing so and everything that she did in the film, by going to other multiverse universes and stuff, she was messing up the life of the Wanda in that universe. So it was quite a backwards. I mean, there's all, like, if you look at any villain, the motives are always quite, like, messed up or backwards, or you can find flaws in it. Because, like, Wanda was going to different universes to try and replace the Wanda that was already there. And it's like, so your kids got took away from you, so what you're going to do is go and take your kids away from another you. Like, I mean, that's all somebody needed to say to her, bro. I swear nobody even said that to her in the film. That's why I should be in the Avengers, because I would have just said, bro, Wanda, you're tripping, bro. Listen to yourself. Like, did you listen to this logic? So what you want to do is just copy what you've done, but to someone else. Like, do you know how selfish that is, bro? I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say a bad word to Scarlet Witch if I saw her in real life, bro, because she is gorgeous. Jesus Christ. Elizabeth Olsen, take a bow. And that Scarlet Witch suit with the crown and shit, bro, she is phenomenal. Yeah, she is phenomenal, bro. I've just got to say it. Like, Elizabeth Olsen, quality actress, but also she's fucking beautiful, bro. I've got to say it. But yeah, back to the multiverse. So we saw, obviously, in Loki, in WandaVision, in What If especially, we got introduced to this concept of the multiverse. And then this was the first real film that explored it. Well, no, it wasn't, because Spider-Man No Way Home exists. But, yeah. So one thing I learned from What If, especially in the Doctor Strange episode, what was the G.I. Jane bird, bro, in Doctor Strange? What was she called, bro? The special one? Something like that? Bro, I'm so sorry. G.I. Jane, I don't know what your name was in Doctor Strange, but she was in the Doctor Strange episode of What If, yeah? And she said to Doctor Strange that, because obviously in that episode, if you haven't seen that episode, you should watch it before this film. Well, you've probably seen the film if you're watching this. But, yeah, so what was I even saying, bro? You see, I've literally just came in off the back. I should have sat down, made a little plan and a script for this video, but this is real raw reaction from a Marvel fan, you get me? So it is what it is, bro. But yeah, so we learned in that episode on What If that people have absolute points in their life, no matter who or what variant of themselves they are. In the multiverse, there are things called absolute points, which are things that happen to everyone. So an example I could think of is Spider-Man getting bit by a spider. That happens in every universe. Did it? I think. Well, you know what I mean. Like that's a type of one. Or Thor getting, not Thor. Hulk getting blasted with gamma radiation, so he turns into the Hulk. That happens to every Hulk, or it might be a different type of radiation. But the absolute point is Bruce Banner getting blasted by radiation. Pause. And turning into the Hulk. Yeah, so that's something like that got discussed in that What If episode, and it made you think like, yeah. And in Spider-Man No Way Home, spoilers for that if you haven't seen it, Aunt May got killed, which we found out in that film was an absolute point in Spider-Man's life, because obviously Spider-Man 1, Uncle Ben got killed. Spider-Man 2, did we ever meet his parents or carers in Spider-Man, in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? I can't remember, but he lost Gwen. Maybe that was his absolute point. It's like losing the person closest to you. But in Doctor Strange, like his absolute point would be the loss of his hands. You know, we saw that because without the loss of his hands, he couldn't then become Doctor Strange. So that happens to him in every universe. He loses his hands and then he goes and studies the mystic arts and obviously does the mystic arts stuff. Just a little editor's note here. I wanted to say that losing Christine was an absolute point in Doctor Strange's life, because in the What If episode, Doctor Strange becomes heartless Doctor Strange because Christine dies. But in every other reality that we've seen Doctor Strange in, he doesn't have a happy ending with Christine, so he doesn't have that love. Obviously in the What If episode, he loses Christine completely after having that love, which makes him heartless. But still, I wanted to say that was an absolute point in Doctor Strange's life, is not getting the love of his life, Christine. But I forgot to mention that in the video, so yeah. And one thing that, bro, you see, my thoughts are all over the place. You see that whole point that I've just explained there about absolute points? It goes on to a point that I wanted to make about Doctor Strange getting corrupted by the Darkhold. Is that a possible absolute point? I should have done a whole different videos breaking this down, because this is going to be a long video. I wanted this to be quick. This is going to be a long video, and I'm touching on so many points. If you like any of the points that I'm making, I won't go too deep on them, but let me know in the comments and I'll explain them more, or do a separate video on it. But I think that Doctor Strange getting corrupted by the Darkhold is an absolute point in the multiverse, because as we saw, in every universe, that seemed to happen to Doctor Strange, bro. He got corrupted by the Darkhold. And even in our one, right at the very end of our film, his third eye opened on his head because he'd used the Darkhold, bro. And then, obviously, post-credit scene, I'll get to that right at the end. But, yeah, I think that might be an absolute point. I might have just made that up, obviously. But, and maybe Wanda losing her kids is, or I don't know what Wanda's absolute point would be, actually. It's an interesting topic to discuss and think about, you know. It's an interesting point that I've brought up there. I bet your new Rockstars do a whole video on that, and they won't invite me on, which is sly of them. But yeah, I bet you that's a good topic of conversation. I could do a whole video talking about absolute points. But I want to move on to the Illuminati. This is probably what a lot of people wanted to see and wanted to see people talk about. The Marvel Illuminati. Now, as soon as we saw that trailer with all the chairs, people straight away was like, Marvel Illuminati, and right at here. And then I started doing some research into the Illuminati, finding out who the members were. So when we got to the film, and the Mordo of that universe, who was the Sorcerer Supreme in that universe, said, they will see you now, the Illuminati will see you now, I was like, they actually called it the Illuminati? I didn't think they'd go with that name, because it's a bit of a taboo term, the Illuminati. But we got the Marvel Illuminati, which consisted of Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart the Great. I love X-Men, bro. And to see the X-Men 97 chair, or well, the original X-Men cartoon, the yellow chair was fire. Like, because I love X-Men, bro. I love that X-Men cartoon. So to see that chair was just a great, like, fan service moment from an X-Men fan point of view. I wish we got more X-Men in the film, though. That's what I was looking forward to. I thought we might have got a Wolverine. It would have just been a random cameos for no reason to aid the story. It would have really just been fan service, but I wanted that. I can't lie to you. That's what I wanted from this film. Didn't get it. The rest of the Illuminati consisted of Captain Marvel, who was played by Lashana Lynch, aka Maria Rambeau, Monica Rambeau, her mum from WandaVision. If you know Monica Rambeau from WandaVision, it's her mum. But if you've seen the Captain Marvel film, you'll know that that's Carol Danvers' best mate, Maria Rambeau. In this universe, she becomes Captain Marvel. We also had Black Bolt, who was played by Anson Mount, who played Black Bolt in the Inhumans show. Now, Inhumans was not a show that got much attention or people liked it. It got slaughtered by the critics. I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with Black Bolt because I play Marvel Strike Force on my phone. So I knew about Black Bolt, and I did a quick research, and that was the same guy who played him in that thing. So I was interested to see if they actually put Black Bolt in the Illuminati, because that Inhuman show got like no attention at all. And then finally the big one, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic Four, the daddy of Fantastic Four. Played by John Krasinski. Now, this was a leak that came out time ago, bro. I don't know if that was a fan-made picture or if that was a real leak from like the set, but obviously that's been known for time, or theorized for time, that he'd play him. We also had a little hint at Sue Storm as well, because Wanda said, like, do you have kids? And he said, yeah. And she said, is the mother still alive? And he said, yeah. So, little hint there to the rest of the Fantastic Four. But it doesn't matter anyway, because he fucking died. Like, spoilers. And sorry for swearing again, bro, but it's deserving of that reaction, bro, because that scene was crazy. He was like, oh yeah, Black Bolt will just shout at you, bro, and you're dead. And then she said, with what mouth? It goes back to Black Bolt, and he's looking like Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine, with no mouth, and then his head just caves in, and I was like, yo. And then Captain Carter's there. Oh, did I mention Captain Carter? I don't think I did, bro. Captain Carter, Peggy Carter, played by the British bird. I don't know her name, bro. Why did I not have Captain Carter down? I actually didn't in my notes, but another loud noise outside, sorry for that. But yeah, man, like, we had Captain Carter there too, Peggy Carter. If you've seen What If, episode 1 of What If is Captain Carter, bro. But it didn't seem to be the same variant, because we'll get to that later. Yeah, they all died. The whole Illuminati died, bro. What? Scarlet Witch killed the whole Illuminati. And I'm just, bro, like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, I sort of was, but I sort of wasn't. Because I was like, you know, this is like the Avengers, bro. Obviously, oh, look at all these heroes, and then they just kill the one villain. But, bro, Wanda was just like, you think you can stop me? Black Bolt? Who even is that, bro? Get out of here. Reed Richards. Oh, you can stretch. Well, let me stretch you even more. Bam, dead. Yeah. Oh, Peggy Carter, you've got a shield. That's nice. You've got a shield. That's nice, bro. Dead. Yeah. Captain Marvel, try and catch this statue, boy. Yeah. And then she's dead too, bro. Crazy scene from Wanda. And I always used to have a debate with people on Twitter of Doctor Strange versus Wanda, who would win in a fight. And at the end of Endgame, my money was on Doctor Strange. But then, obviously, I rewatched Endgame and saw that she was boxing with Thanos, and I was like, okay, like, Wanda's got something. Now she's Scarlet Witch, she's clear of Doctor Strange, but I'm talking about Wanda. Because I said, you know, Wanda is like Naruto in part 1 of the show. Wanda was like Naruto, and Doctor Strange is Kakashi, yeah? If you've seen Naruto, you get this reference. If you haven't, you don't. But Wanda was Naruto, had all the chakra, had more power, more energy, more magic than Doctor Strange, aka Kakashi. But Kakashi, aka Doctor Strange, knew more jutsu, bro. And aka knew more spells and shit, and the rings and shit, bro. Sorry, I keep swearing again, sorry. Yeah, so I always said, like, oh, Wanda's got more power, but Doctor Strange knows more stuff, and I always go with knowledge over power. But now, bro, it's like, if they just went straight one-on-one boxing in this film, Doctor Strange was dead. Like, that's why they didn't do it, but, like, she was just too powerful, bro. She was getting to that Madara Uchiha point. I've got the Uchiha hoodie on today, bro, but she was getting to that Madara point where it was just like, who can stop this person? She killed Charles Xavier too. I forgot to mention Charles, bro. She snapped Charles Xavier's neck. That is crazy. And that scene was fire. He went to like the all-white room and then the red smoke. That looked amazing. This is why I say the cinematography in this film was top tier. I've been recording for 25 minutes. This was supposed to be a 5-minute reaction, and I've been speaking for 20 minutes. Like I say, all over the place. But let's move on to the next point. The Illuminati stuff was crazy, bro. I wish we saw more X-Men, but beggars can't be choosers. Yeah? Like, so... one thing I noticed as well towards the end when we got the second Wanda, where Wanda goes to, or Scarlet Witch goes to a Wanda, and then Wanda like touches her face and that. Marvel have been doing that a lot recently, where they have 2 characters played by the same actor on screen. If you've seen Moon Knight, you obviously are familiar with Steven and Mark, and that happens a lot. We saw multiple Doctor Stranges on screen together, and we saw multiple Wandas. Marvel seems to like this style of having 2 characters who are the same on the screen. Bro, the lighting is off because my light has just died on the floor. But yeah, again, I've gone off on a tangent, but hopefully you're enjoying the review. Anyway, next point, bro. So, can we just talk about the Doctor Strange zombie, please? Like, it looked like a mask. It didn't even look like authentic. I know you can't be a zombie, but like I've seen better zombie makeup, bro. They should have got someone from The Walking Dead to come and do his makeup, bro. Because I could see on the big screen it looked like you could just peel it off, bro. I don't even know if it was CG or if it was like prosthetic, but the zombie makeup looked trash. I'm sorry to the makeup team, because you made Elizabeth Olsen look fantastic. Yeah, but the Zombie Strange was not it. Yeah. Speaking of Doctor Strange variants and seeing 2 on the screen at the same time, when he went to the universe, that was like melting away. I thought that was What If. If you've seen the What If episode with Doctor Strange, that episode fucking fire. Yeah, I thought that was going to be it. And in the trailer, and like even in the trailer, bro, he said like, oh, things have gotten out of hand. And I was like, oh, and then did like a little evil smile. And I was like, that's What If Doctor Strange thought he was going to turn into a big tentacle monster and that, and try and rip him up and that. But he didn't even say that line in the film. I hate it when films do that. And they do takes for trailers and stuff. And in the film, he was not, well, he had the Darkhold, but he wasn't that evil. Like, he didn't come across that way. Like, he came down the stairs and was like, oh, who are you? And you know what I mean? It's like, bro, you were meant to be the What If Doctor Strange, but he wasn't. Anyway, yeah, so then there was a fight scene between those 2, and the evil Doctor Strange with the Darkhold was using purple, like chaos magic, I think they call it. Agatha Harkness used at the end of WandaVision, in that fight at the end of WandaVision. He was using the same magic as that, which is interesting. But then the fight turned into something special, which was the music fight. You know what I'm talking about? Because Strange put his hand on a keyboard and then saw sheets of music and used the note to attack, and then the harp at the end as well. But You see, if that was my first time seeing something like that, people are going to rave over that scene and be like, oh my god, cinematography genius. And it was, I really liked it, but it's not my first time seeing something like that. That's straight from Demon Slayer Season 2. If you've watched Demon Slayer, or if you haven't, go and watch it. Demon Slayer Season 2, Tengen Uzui, the sound Hashira, getting attacked from all over, and he turns the attacks into sheets of music so we can read it and then get through the attacks and attack. That is straight from Demon Slayer Season 2. Yeah, so it was fire to see, but I was like, I've seen this before, so it's not that amazing. And Demon Slayer did it better, so it is what it is, man. Doctor Strange is one of my favourite characters in Marvel, and I think this, because he reminds me of me a lot, the way he's very stubborn and thinks that he knows everything. But this film really explored that he doesn't, you know, and straight away it starts off with Christine's wedding, and the guy said to him, I lost my brother during the snap and stuff, or like while I was snapped, my brother died. Like, was that really the only way? Because obviously in Endgame, Strange was like, I saw 14 million opportunities and there was only one that worked. Was it really the only way? And he was like, yeah, it was the only way. But then watching this film, bro, it starts showing the multiverse and there's so many different ways and options. There's that book as well that counters the Darkhold that Strange didn't even really know about. So it was like, it made me think, was that the only way? Maybe it was the only way available to them at that time. But Doctor Strange thinks he knows everything. He's like, no, I don't even want to, like, someone could come to Doctor Strange and be like, hold on, what about this way? And he'd be like, no, I know everything. You don't know nothing. That was the only way. And he said to America Chavez at the end, like, this is the only way. And she was like, oh, you're going to take me power. I understand. This is the only way. So it was that parallel again of saying, this is the only way that things can happen. But then he didn't end up taking her power and sort of was like, no, it's not the only way, that what you think. So it was sort of that full circle moment of, I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Which was interesting for me to watch, like I say, because Doctor Strange as a character reminds me of me, the way he thinks he knows everything, which is a bad trait to have, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. What else? I've got one last point. There was a post-credit scene, and I think that might have been an New Rockstars will make a video explaining who that was. It looked to me like an Agatha Harkness variant, but a good one, because she was in purple gear and she was like a wizard, I guess, and she cut like the fabric of space-time, bro. Just cut a hole in it. And that dimension through the hole, it looked like where Dormammu was in Doctor Strange 1, if you remember the Dormammu land. And they might be going to fight Dormammu again, in my opinion, because Dormammu like eats universes and shit, bro. Sorry for swearing. And obviously Dormammu feeds on the fear of universes, and that's how he grows and gets bigger. It's the fear of him. So she said to Doctor Strange, come with me unless you're afraid, which made me think, are they talking about Dormammu? Probably not. That's just a theory, a rogue theory, shout out. Obviously New Rockstars, but yeah, man. Doctor Strange with the third eye at the end, contaminated by the Darkhold. Maybe is he going to turn evil? If Doctor Strange turns evil in another place, who stops him? Scarlet Witch is in a tomb now. Wong's still a Sorcerer Supreme, but he's not as strong as Strange. So who stops Doctor Strange if he goes evil? Serious question. Who stops Doctor Strange if he goes evil? It looks like we're getting more built towards the Young Avengers. The Young Avengers couldn't stop Doctor Strange, grow up. But it looks like we're moving towards it, like I mentioned before with America Chavez. Hopefully she comes forward again in another project, because she was quality in this film, bro. And yeah, so she'll be part of the Young Avengers next to Miss Marvel, which she's got a show on the way next month in June. Kate Bishop, part of the Young Avengers. Maybe Yelena, or Yelena, Black Widow's sister. Maybe she could be part of the Young Avengers. Who else is in the Young Avengers? Echo could be part of it. There's a new Echo show coming out. There's no young lad Avengers, is there? I guess there was that young dude in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe he could become a super soldier. And then She-Hulk as well. That's it, bro. It's becoming the female Avengers, bro. That's literally what we're getting. A-Force, was it, in the comics? Jessica Jones get involved as well with She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Woman, bro. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. like I have all video, this is probably going to be a longer video than I did anticipate. But if you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the film. Let me know what you thought of some of my theories and points that I put forward in this. I might make another video but like on this film, because there's so much to talk about and so many things that I've brought up here. New Rockstars, everyone send this video to them so I can get on the show in it, because I want to get paid. And I want to be part of the conversations, bro. And yeah, that absolute points in the universe, that's an interesting topic to discuss for all characters. Like, what are the infinite, like, or what did I call it? Absolute points in the multiverse for all people. Yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. I will catch you next time. Take it easy.